Most Toyota hybrid owners assume their car is basically bulletproof. And to be fair, that reputation is earned. These are some of the most reliable vehicles on the road, famous for incredible fuel economy, famous for shockingly low maintenance costs. But that same reputation can quietly work against you. See, when you believe a car is nearly impossible to damage, you start picking up habits that slowly wear it down without you ever noticing. Nothing dramatic, nothing that throws a warning light right away, just small, everyday choices. Choices that chip away at efficiency, shorten the life of key components, and eventually lead to repairs that didn't have to happen. So today, we're going through the 5 biggest mistakes Toyota hybrid owners make, and exactly what to do instead. Before we get into it, though, it's worth understanding why this even matters. A hybrid isn't just a gas car with a battery bolted on. It's a completely different system. It has its own cooling needs, its own braking logic, its own rhythm of charging and discharging. Treat it exactly like a traditional car, and you're not going to break it overnight. But you will slowly lose the things that made you want a hybrid in the first place. Strong fuel economy, a battery that often lasts well beyond 200,000 miles with proper care, smooth, quiet operation, and maintenance bills that stay refreshingly low. The good news? Avoiding all of this doesn't take extra effort. It just takes a little bit of awareness. So let's start with one of the most overlooked issues of all, one that's hiding in plain sight in almost every Toyota hybrid on the road. The first mistake is ignoring the hybrid battery's cooling system. Here's something a lot of owners genuinely don't know. Your hybrid battery isn't just sitting there passively. It's working. It's generating heat. And it needs airflow to stay at a safe operating temperature, just like the engine does. On most Toyota hybrids, that cooling system pulls air in through a vent. And depending on the model, that vent is usually tucked somewhere in the backseat area, often near the seat cushion or along the side panel. Because it's out of sight, it's also out of mind, which means it becomes the perfect place for dust, pet hair, crumbs, and lint to slowly build up over months and years of normal use. And when that vent gets blocked, even partially, the battery can't shed heat the way it's supposed to. Heat is the enemy of every battery. The result is simple. The battery runs hotter than it should. The cooling fan has to work harder just to compensate. And over thousands of miles, that extra heat slowly accelerates battery wear. This is one of those problems that doesn't announce itself. You won't get a dashboard warning for a slightly dusty vent. You'll just notice, years down the road, that your battery isn't performing quite like it used to. So why doesn't Toyota make a bigger deal out of this? Honestly, because the fix is so simple, it rarely even comes up. Locate that intake vent. A quick search for your specific model will tell you where it is, and give it a look every few months. See buildup? A vacuum with a narrow attachment is usually all it takes. 5 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes that can add years to your battery's life. Now, here's a mistake that feels like the opposite of a problem, because honestly, it's kind of fun. The second mistake is constantly flooring the accelerator. One of the best parts of driving a hybrid is that instant torque from the electric motor. It's satisfying. It's responsive. It makes stop-and-go traffic feel almost effortless. But if you're regularly mashing the pedal to the floor, you're forcing the gasoline engine to kick in hard and often. And that pulls extra power from the battery at a much faster rate than the system was designed for. Does that mean you should never accelerate hard? Not at all. Power mode has its place. It sharpens throttle response for moments like merging onto a highway or passing on a 2-lane road. But if that's your default driving style every single day, you're trading long-term efficiency for short-term thrills. That aggressive discharge generates more heat throughout the hybrid system. And repeated heat cycles are exactly what accelerate wear, on both the battery and the drivetrain, over time. Smooth, gradual acceleration lets the electric motor do more of the work before the gas engine ever has to join in. And that's where hybrids get that impressive fuel economy in the first place. Smooth is almost always faster for a hybrid, at least where it counts, at the pump. Owners who consciously ease into their acceleration routinely report noticeably better mileage, sometimes several miles per gallon better, without changing anything else about how they drive. The third mistake catches a lot of people off guard, because honestly, it feels like the opposite of a mistake. Surely not driving your car is safer for it, right? Not quite. Cars are designed to move. Letting the car sit for weeks without driving it creates its own set of problems. Hybrid batteries slowly self-discharge over time, even when the car is parked and completely off. And separately, there's still a small 12-volt battery in every Toyota Hybrid. It handles things like the computer systems and accessories, and that battery can discharge surprisingly quickly when the car just sits. Add in fuel that starts to degrade after a month or two. Moisture that can build up inside the system. Brake rotors that can develop a light surface rust from sitting still. And you can see how doing nothing actually creates several small problems at once. The fix is simple. Just keep the car moving regularly. Ideally, start it and drive it at least once a week. And when you do, try to get in a trip long enough for the engine to fully warm up, rather than just a quick loop around the block. Going away for a while? A long vacation? Maybe a work trip? It's worth having someone drive it occasionally, or looking into a simple battery maintainer to keep everything topped off while you're gone. Now, here's the mistake that probably costs owners more money than all the others combined. And ironically, it happens because Toyota hybrids are so reliable. The fourth mistake is skipping basic maintenance because, well, it's a Toyota. This is the most common trap of all. And honestly, it's an understandable one. Toyota hybrids have earned a reputation for going hundreds of thousands of miles without major issues. And that reliability can quietly convince owners that routine maintenance is optional. It isn't. Reliable doesn't mean maintenance-free. Oil changes still matter, because the gasoline engine in your hybrid still needs clean oil to protect itself, even though it runs less often than in a traditional car. Coolant still breaks down over time and needs replacing on schedule, especially since hybrids rely on coolant for both the engine and, in some models, the inverter system. Transmission fluid, brake fluid, tire pressure, cabin air filter, engine air filter. None of these become less important just because you're driving a hybrid. If anything, staying on top of these basics is exactly why Toyota hybrids developed that legendary reliability in the first place. That reputation isn't magic. It's the result of millions of owners doing the simple, unglamorous maintenance tasks on schedule. Skip enough of them, and you're not getting a Toyota hybrid experience anymore. You're just getting an underserved car that happens to say Toyota on it. The fifth mistake is misunderstanding how regenerative braking actually works. A lot of owners assume all the braking happens the traditional way, through friction pads pressing on rotors. But hybrids are designed to lean heavily on regenerative braking instead, where the electric motor essentially reverses itself, slows the car down, and sends that captured energy back into the battery. Every smooth stop is free energy. The problem comes in when you brake hard and late. Slamming on the brakes forces the system to rely mostly on the old-fashioned friction brakes instead of regen, and that wastes energy that could have gone straight back into your battery. Driving with a bit more anticipation. Easing off the accelerator earlier, letting the car coast down naturally before you need to stop. Lets regenerative braking do far more of the work. That means more energy recovered, better real-world fuel economy, and noticeably less wear on your brake pads and rotors over time, since regen is doing a large portion of the braking for you. It's a small mental shift. Just watching the road a little further ahead, and easing off sooner. But it's one of the most effective free upgrades you can give your driving habits. Now, before we wrap up, one quick bonus tip. This one trips up a surprising number of hybrid owners. Don't obsess over your battery percentage the way you might with a fully electric car. Toyota's hybrid system manages the state of charge automatically, keeping it within a safe and efficient range on its own. There's no need to chase a full charge or panic when it dips lower than expected. That kind of micromanaging isn't necessary. And honestly, it isn't even really possible the way it is on an EV. Trust the system Toyota engineered, and put your attention where it actually makes a difference. your driving habits, and your regular maintenance. So let's bring it all together. Keep that battery cooling vent clear. Ease into your acceleration instead of flooring it. Drive the car regularly instead of letting it sit. Stay on top of the basic maintenance even when it feels unnecessary. And learn to brake with a little more anticipation so Regen can do its job. None of these are dramatic changes. None of them require any special tools or expertise. The biggest advantage of owning a Toyota Hybrid isn't that it can survive neglect. It's that, with just a few smart habits, it can stay efficient and reliable for an incredibly long time. And that's exactly what makes these cars so special. Take care of yours, and it really will reward you with hundreds of thousands of reliable, efficient miles. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.